Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we've all been there, right? You're sitting perfectly still, just staring at a blank page, and there's that blinking cursor basically mocking you. You've got this chaotic jumble of brilliant ideas swirling around in your head, but trying to translate those thoughts into a cohesive, structured piece of writing, it feels completely overwhelming. Well, today, we're going to transform that abstract, deeply frustrating writing process into a tangible, structured journey where you are firmly in the driver's seat. We're going to break down a super practical framework known as the 4 T's. So, strong writing equals clear thinking. I mean, this core philosophy sounds incredibly simple, right? But it is literally the absolute foundation of successful communication. Have you ever read an essay that feels like navigating a dense, confusing maze? The writer goes off on wild tangents or uses circular logic, and you find yourself constantly rereading paragraphs just to figure out what they're trying to say? That chaotic reading experience, that's just messy thinking and manifesting on the page. Our number one rule today is that your readers should never ever feel lost. When you organize your underlying thinking first, your writing naturally transforms into a sturdy, reliable bridge that safely carries the reader right across your ideas. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with Section 1, Why Structure Matters. Then we'll cover the 4 T's. T1, the title. T2, the thesis statement. T3, topic sentences, and T4, transitions. Finally, we'll wrap up with Section 6, the final flow check. Let's dive in. Section 1, Why Structure Matters. The writer as guide. Listen, as a writer, your job goes way beyond simply dumping a pile of unorganized information onto a page. You are an active guide. Think of this whole process as constructing a pathway. You have to deliberately hold your reader's hand, seamlessly walking them from your initial overarching idea, logically carrying them through the supporting evidence, and finally, depositing them at a profound, crystal clear meaning. If any piece of that structural pathway is missing or weak, the bridge completely collapses, the reader drops the evidence into the abyss and completely misses the vital meaning you're trying to convey. We definitely don't want that. Moving on to our first tool, T1, the title, your first impression. The title actually does a tremendous amount of psychological heavy lifting before your audience even reads your first official sentence. Think of it as the welcome mat to the house you're building. It's the absolute first impression you make, and it instantly primes the reader's brain, setting their baseline expectations. A strong title doesn't just passively sit at the top of the document. It actively signals both the specific topic you'll be exploring and the nuanced tone of your argument. When you nail this, it actually makes the reader eager and receptive to enter your space. Let's compare a lazy title to a purposeful, compelling one. Come on, we've all slapped a generic label like knucklehead paper or essay about writing onto a document at 11:59 p.m. just to meet a deadline. But weak titles like those, they're merely administrative labels. They inspire zero curiosity. On the flip side, a strong title like Writing a Survival in Knucklehead is a bold promise to your audience. It instantly communicates the primary text, the central theme of survival, and the serious, analytical tone of the argument that's coming. It pulls the audience in with immediate, undeniable purpose. All right, that brings us to our second tool, T2, the thesis statement, your directional compass. A thesis statement isn't some mysterious, elusive piece of literary magic that only professional writers know how to conjure up. It's actually a highly reliable, straightforward mathematical formula. It basically consists of making a definitive claim, providing structural direction by outlining your main points, your A, B, and C, and finally, delivering the critical "so what?" And let me tell you, that "so what" is the true pulse of the entire piece. Without it, you're just writing a dry book report summarizing facts. The "so what" elevates those facts into a compelling, necessary argument that forces the reader to actually care about your analysis. Check out what happens when we apply that practical formula. We get incredibly powerful, focused statements. Take a look at this. Explores emotional struggle, self-expression, and conflict, revealing writing as a tool for survival and identity. Notice how it deliberately lists the specific A, B, and C points regarding struggle and expression. But it doesn't just stop there. It forcefully links those distinct elements to the ultimate "so what?" that writing is actually a tool for survival and personal identity. That statement acts as an unwavering compass, guaranteeing that every single subsequent paragraph is going to drive toward that one specific, profound destination. Next up is our third tool, T3, topic sentences, the mini arguments. Topic sentences are dangerously misunderstood as just brief summaries of what a paragraph happens to be about. In reality, readers have incredibly short attention spans.
You need to think of topic sentences as vital signposts, deliberately placed along your journey. Sure, they introduce the main idea of the immediate paragraph, but much more importantly, they absolutely must explicitly connect back to your overarching thesis. They act as relentless mini-arguments. If a topic sentence doesn't immediately justify its existence and tie directly back to the main point, your reader is inevitably going to lose the thread of your logic and start drifting away.
Consider the dramatic difference here. You could use a weak opening sentence like, "The author talks a lot about writing," or you could use a robust mini-argument like, "Writing functions as emotional release, allowing the speaker to process pain." This powerful example beautifully isolates a very specific mini-argument regarding emotional release and the processing of trauma. And what's crucial is that it clearly builds upon that larger main thesis of survival and identity we established earlier. It boldly announces to the reader exactly which specific block of the larger argumentative house you're currently constructing. Which brings us to our fourth tool, T4, transitions, the connective tissue. So, to keep the reader moving continuously and smoothly between all those individual signposts we just talked about, we absolutely require transitions. Transitions are the literal, sturdy bridges of your essay. Without them, an essay feels horribly jarring and choppy. It's kind of like navigating a scattered series of disconnected islands, rather than walking across a single, unified continent of thought. Transitions do the heavy cognitive work for the reader. By explicitly showing the exact relationships between your distinct thoughts, you ensure your audience never has to pause and guess how one paragraph logically relates to the next. It is truly remarkable how much subconscious work a single word or short phrase can accomplish here. These tools act as literal turn signals for the human brain. Using a word like "furthermore" instantly prepares the reader's neurons to absorb additional supporting information. In contrast, expertly primes them to abruptly switch gears and anticipate a counterargument. As a result, neatly sets up a logical cause and effect. Employing these linguistic turn signals ensures your reader enjoys an effortless experience and never takes a confusing wrong turn between complex paragraphs. Now, these four distinct tools do not operate in isolation. They function together as a single, breathing ecosystem. It all begins when the title acts as an inviting open door, purposefully setting the precise tone and expectations for the entire experience. Once the reader steps inside, the thesis immediately directs them. It hands them the ultimate roadmap and explicitly establishes exactly why this intellectual journey actually matters. Then, step by logical step, the topic sentences steadily build the core argument, carefully constructing your compelling, overarching case one solid block at a time. And finally, transitions connect the entire grand structure. They act as the invisible but vital mortar that holds the piece flawlessly together, all the way down to the final period. Section 6, the final flow check. Are you ready? Before you finalize any piece of writing, you absolutely must perform a ruthless synthesis check. I want to leave you with these vital self-reflection questions. Does my title honestly reflect my argument? Is my thesis completely clear? Do my topic sentences strictly align with that thesis? And do my complex ideas flow seamlessly using transitions? Ultimately, if you want your words to actually matter, you have to take total responsibility for your reader's journey. So the next time you sit down to write, I want you to ask yourself, are you just making unorganized noise on a page, or are you actively building a clearer path for someone else to follow?